Are you looking for a modern way to fetch JSON data from a URL without using jQuery? If so, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into how to do this using ES6 features. I totally get it. Many developers are moving away from jQuery for various reasons, whether it's performance, size, or just a preference for native JavaScript. You're not alone in wanting to explore newer options. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, is there any ES6 way of getting JSON or other data from a URL? They mentioned that they want to avoid jQuery and are curious about modern alternatives. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So, what are the modern ways to fetch data in JavaScript? With the introduction of ES6, we have some powerful tools at our disposal, like the Fetch API, which simplifies the process of making network requests. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a bonus tip that will help you handle errors gracefully when fetching data. To fetch JSON data from a URL using ES6, the user can utilize the Fetch API. This modern approach simplifies the process of making network requests. Next, the user should handle the response. The Fetch API returns a promise, so the user can use the then method to process the data once it is received. If the user wants to handle errors, they can add a catch method to the promise chain. This will allow them to manage any issues that arise during the fetch operation. Finally, the user can combine all these steps into a single function. This function will fetch the data and log it to the console, providing a complete solution. Fun fact, the Fetch API is promise-based, which means you can use async and await for even cleaner code. It's like upgrading from a bicycle to a sports car. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach to fetching JSON data is to use the Fetch API. Although it's not part of ES6, it utilizes promises, which were standardized in ES6. To get JSON from a URL, you can use the fetch function, followed by a then method to handle the response and convert it to JSON. If you need to support older browsers that don't have the Fetch API, you can use a polyfill available on GitHub. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. An alternative method to fetch JSON data is by using Axios, a promise-based HTTP client. First, you need to install Axios using npm or yarn. Then, you can import Axios in your project and use it to get your data. Here's that bonus tip I promised. Always check the response status before trying to parse the JSON. This will help you avoid unexpected errors. And there you have it. You now know how to fetch JSON data using ES6 without jQuery. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on modern JavaScript.